Some reporters go out of their way to push agendas and corner celebrities, but every now and then, they get outsmarted and exposed for exactly what they are, like when this reporter tried to corner Morgan Freeman into discussing Black History Month.
Black History Month you find
ridiculous.
Why?
You're going to relegate my history to a month?
Oh, come on.
What do you do with yours? Which month is White History Month? No, come on, tell me.
Well, I'm Jewish.
Okay, which month is Jewish History Month?
There isn't one.
Oh, why not?
Yeah.
Do you want one?
No.
I don't either. I don't want a Black History Month. Black history is American history.
How are we going to get rid of racism until...
Stop talking about it. I'm going to stop calling you a white man.
Yeah.
And I'm going to ask you to stop calling me a black man.
Years later, he found himself in a similar situation, this time with the ever-persistent Don Lemon.
Do you think that race plays a part in wealth distribution, or either a mindset that you can't
Today?
or cannot? Yeah.
No.
You don't?
No, I don't. You and I, we're proof. Why would race have anything to do with it? Put your mind to what you want to do and go for that.
Here's the thing you got to remember when you talk about racial and you talk about discrimination.
While promoting his film Fences, Denzel Washington was also pushed to share his political stance, and he shut it all down in his own signature style.
Had he not faced the racial discrimination, he could have been a great athlete, a star. But because of that, he ended up a garbage collector. Was it caused by racial discrimination? And is that the effect of racial discrimination on people?
Here's the thing you got to remember when you talk about racial and you talk about discrimination. Maybe, what if he just wasn't good enough? See, it's so easy to just say, oh, it's because of this. It's because of racism. Oh, I didn't get the job because of that. Maybe you weren't good enough. Maybe, like his wife says, you were just too old. She says, why don't you just admit it? You were too old. He's the one that's hung up on,
The same can't be said for this next case, when Tarantino shut down an agenda-driven question without even bothering to entertain her.
You have put Margot Robbie, a very talented actress, actor, in your film. She was in with Leonardo in Wolf of Wall Street, I, Tonya. This is a, person with a great deal of acting talent, and yet you haven't really given her many lines in the movie. And I wondered, I guess that was a deliberate choice on your part, and I just wanted to know why that was, that we don't hear her actually speaking very much. And Margot, I wanted you to also comment about being in the film in this part.
Well, I just reject your hypotheses.
Asking a storyteller to alter his narrative just so one gender perfectly mirrors the other is a total fallacy, and he explained this perfectly in his interview with Bill Maher.
If somebody brings up something that actually is legitimate, I'll even have a conversation with them about it, because I'm actually into interesting thought, and I don't have to even agree with you. Oh, but that's an interesting point.
Right.
That's an interesting point.
He also pointed out that unlike when he first entered the industry, Hollywood isn't even about the art anymore.
Especially this last year, where what's the word I'm looking at? Ideology is more important than art.
Way more, certainly to the awards.
Yeah. And it's just, it's like, ideology trumps art. Ideology trumps individual effort. Ideology trumps good. Ideology trumps entertaining.
While he refused to answer the last reporter, he completely exploded on this next one, who accused his violent movies of turning 12-year-olds into little violent monsters.
Some people say he's all about style over substance. Some people say he's glamorized violence. Some people say he's a genius. His latest movie, Kill Bill, is a tale of a former assassin's quest for revenge. It stars Uma Thurman and Lucy Liu.
He went on to explain that the film could actually be inspirational for young girls, watching Uma Thurman's character embark on a mission and see it through to success.
Well, parents, really, Quentin, would you say this movie teaches girls to be empowered by being violent and vicious, just like boys in the movie? Would you say that's the empowerment?
It empowers women, but it empowers girls by the fact that Uma Thurman is a female warrior. She's a female avenger. Right. These girls just kick ass. They're warriors. They live by a code of honor, and they die by that code of honor too.
But the moment she chose to push even harder, that's when he completely snapped.
Why the need for so much gruesome, graphic violence? Why not let us imagine
because
a little
it's so
of it?
much fun, Jan.
Really?
Get it?
Oh, really? Okay, I'd like to see you walk down the street and get attacked by some kids who've just seen your movie.
But you saw, but see, Jan, you're all messed up because you're talking about real life.
Oh,
and I'm
I see.
talking
And kids
about
at
the
12,
movies. You gotta
kids
get
at
it
12.
straight. Now, if you want to talk about the movies, we'll talk about the movies.
Okay.
Kids go to a movie theater, they can tell the difference. Maybe you couldn't when you were a kid, but I could.
Okay, honey.
While Tarantino got straight in her face with logic, a comedian will just toy with you into humiliation. And that's exactly what unfolded when Bill Burr was asked a question about female comedians.
Can women be funny?
Yeah, of course.
Some people have a hard time saying yes, though. There's a lot of angry young men on the internet that are like, women can't be funny.
Will you guys just grow up and just sit down and write your own horse and come up with it? Start your own show, have your own award show. Quit waiting around for other people to do for you. That's the problem. If you guys had your own big club and I was standing outside of it, you'd never let me in. I'd start my own. You guys got to start your own. You got brains in there, right?
Yes, absolutely.
So write your own and quit your whining. We're all eating a giant sandwich out here. Nobody cares. I don't care.
His reasoning is simple and factual. Instead of waiting for a handout, just become exceptional and people will recognize you regardless of who you are.
Makes no difference whether you got a or a all right? Just do what the you want to do and hopefully people respond to it. But this horse quotas and all of this crap become undeniable. Well, when was the last time you went on stage and you killed so hard the person after you bombed? If you're doing that on a regular basis, people are going to notice regardless of what you have between your legs.
In a similar case, a reporter took the mic to ask Ronda Rousey about the gender wage gap during a conference that was supposed to focus on her upcoming fight.
We've got quite a large pay dispute happening with our Australian women's soccer team at the moment. Is it frustrating for you as someone who's so prominent in your sport? And we heard you say on the Ellen show the other day you are the richest fighter in UFC, that sort of thing is still going on?
I think that how much you get paid should have something to do with how much money you bring in. I'm the highest paid fighter not because Dana and Lorenzo wanted to do something nice for the ladies. They do it because I bring in the highest numbers. They do it because I make them the most money. And I think that the money that they make should be proportionate to the money that they bring in.
Kanye West is notorious for saying exactly what he thinks, no filter. So when in an interview he was asked why he doesn't care about the repercussions, this was his response.
Are you afraid of losing your audience? Yeah.
I told you I'm only afraid of God. I'm only afraid of my daddy, God. I done been 15 years. I'm telling you, God is showing that you can have your own thoughts, bro. I've been canceled before there was cancel culture. Who told you that my career would be over? The same people that are telling you that you can't have a right to say who you will vote for, those people will be soon to take Jesus out to school.
Celebrities are always posting about social issues online, but agenda-driven reporters love to twist that by asking them to repeat it on camera, just to corner them with follow-up questions. The smartest move is to say nothing.
Tell us about your reaction to Luigi Mangione. I was reading up, that perhaps you've been supportive of what he did. What is your take on that?
If you were reading up, I don't think you read up on it. Because I said what I felt about it, and I said what a lot of people said.
Some people took it that way. So could you clarify what you think?
No, I'm not going to just have some controversial moment so you can get clicks. I'm not doing that. I'm here for Conan. I'm not doing all of this. What are you going to bring up next? The Middle East? I went to summer school 3 out of 4 years in high school. I'm not qualified to talk about this.
Unfortunately for Bill, the next reporter had the same idea. Dig up something controversial for the headlines.
You said about Elon that he was ruining Earth, I saw on The View. You're critical of him. What do you think of all the boycotts, like even the violence
I don't watch the news. I don't watch the news. I have no idea what's going on. I watch Instagram. I watch people wipe out on motorcycles. I watch lions and hyenas fight each other. This is the things that I do. And I don't think you should be asking a comedian. You're a journalist.
Comedians are on top of current events.
No. That's weak. That's you guys passing the buck. You guys need to have balls again, which you don't. You guys always goes, should we be thinking this? Duh. You guys present stuff like that. You guys used to have balls. You need to get your balls back.
Mr. Washington, you're here in D.C. during an interesting time with the transition in the White House. Just wondering who you wound up supporting in the election and why.
Go ahead now. Fences. The question?
Well, that was a question. Who you wound up supporting in the election? presidential election?
None of your business.
None of my business?
Not being able to read the room, the same reporter pressed on, trying to get Denzel into a corner with a race-related question.
How about this? I don't know if you saw it. There's a fake news story going around. It got thousands of shares online. You saw that. And I just thought you might want to clear it up because people are confused.
There's a few words that start with F and end with K, but that one ends with E, but it starts with F.
Yeah, but just too vague. You got to be specific right now.
When a reporter confronted Denzel about rumors the media had spread online, he turned the tables, delivering a powerful lesson on how the news really works.
You were the subject of a fake news story.
Oh yeah, what'd they say? I was running for president? No, I voted. No, what'd they say?
You switched your support.
I switched, yeah.
What do you make of all the fake news and it affects
If you don't read the newspaper, you're uninformed. If you do read it, you're misinformed.
So what do you do?
That's a great question. What is the long-term effect of too much information? One of the effects is the need to be first, not even to be true anymore. So what a responsibility you all have to tell the truth, not just to be first, but to tell the truth. We live in a society now where it's just first. Who cares? Get it out there. We don't care who it hurts. We don't care who we destroy. We don't care if it's true. Just say it, sell it.
So which reporter do you think pushed it the hardest, and which celebrity clapped back the best? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.